Hey everybody, I'm out here doing my, patrol thing that I do for neighborhood watch. Came over here to check out the scene behind one of the buildings, the one that we had the cops yell at me about. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I am standing where the building used to be. See if I can get a better lightage here. Building used to be here. It used to be here. You can see the outline of it. But came this way because it's one of my nightly checks. Come here, check it out a little bit, and look in on the property. And literally right here in this little crevice, there was a pickup truck. And I didn't think much of it because it was a pickup truck and I wasn't too worried. There's a lot of people that park back here. I was thinking, somebody parked back here, they're gonna get tagged and towed if they don't move it. And nope, come to find out, it was just a guy and his girlfriend having sex in public, like full on sex. But I wanted to come out and say, hey, I'm out here repping my Mrbeast shirt. This is the gold. I also got the Mrbeast bracelet. Us YouTubers, we have to look out for each other, support each other, no matter what. Support each other. And that's what I'm out here doing. I'm supporting him. Maybe one day somebody will support me. But hey, I'm out here doing my own thing, checking out my own stuff. This is a big area here where this used to be a loading dock of some kind. But let's see. So a lot of homeless people that live back here, and birds too. But I just wanted to lay out a few things, firearms wise. Yes, I do admit that there are people that know much more about firearms than I do. But here's the big but. Big fat but. If you say that you know more about firearms than me, and you're, how do I put this delicately, and you're a fucking idiot, then no. Here's the thing. I don't like Glock. It's overpriced garbage. They are gimmick guns. And what do I mean by gimmick guns? Okay, so you get a Glock. Okay, now you have the Glock. What else do you gotta get now? You gotta get the Roni. You gotta get the extra mags. You gotta get the extended mags. You gotta get this. You gotta get that. You gotta get all this goofy shit for it. And you get your red dot sights. You get your super holsters. You get all this extra shit. You pile it on your gun, and then you say, "Look how cool this gun is." It didn't help you do shit. Practicing makes you a good shot. Another thing that pisses me off, micro Ronies, the CAA, MCK stocks, those flux stocks or flex stocks that people are putting on them. Listen, it is a crutch. It is a crutch. What do I mean by it's a crutch? Well, exactly what, as the name implies. It's a crutch. It helps you. You become dependent on it. If all you do is put these on your firearms and then you shoot with them and then you go, oh, look how great my shot I am is shooting now. I can do all this shooting now. You could do that. You could do that exact same thing just by practicing with a standard pistol. You don't need fancy shit. You don't need a huge stock on your pistol, turning it into some kind of like SMG. You don't need that shit. If you think that the Roni makes you a better shot, then you're failing yourself. You're failing yourself because you're putting all your effort into using that stock. If you say, well, I gotta get it because it helps me put more rounds on target in succession, that may be true, but you're also shooting at a farther distance. Instead of using a pistol as it's intended, you're trying to turn that pistol into a rifle. Time and time again, I hit the same excuses and the same lines. Well, in a self-defense situation with a Roni, I can hit a target at 100 yards and I can be accurate. Wrong tool for the job, for one. Pistol is not meant for long range. That's what a rifle's for. If your main point is to use a pistol as a distance weapon, you're getting the Roni for the wrong reason. Well, it helps me put 2 rounds on target at close range in quick succession. Wrong. You're using it as a crutch because you're focusing on all that recoil being put into your shoulder rather than learning how to shoot and stay on target. Well, it helps with stovepipes. You know what else helps with stovepipes? Proper grip placement. If you hold the firearm correctly, if you have strong enough grip, if you practice enough, you won't stovepipe ever. You could get the gun that has the worst record for stovepiping. If you hold it correctly, it will never stovepipe. You know what causes stovepiping? You fire the weapon and you let that weapon rise back and follow the round. If that round is ejecting and you follow it, the slide will slide forward, catching the spent shell. That is what causes stovepiping. You don't need a Roni to effectively get rid of that. Learn to fire and bring it back. If you're firing and it's going sideways or this way, you got to correct your positioning. You got to correct how you're holding the firearm. You don't need a butt stock on a fucking pistol. It's these constant arguments that people are putting forward that keeps this alive. It keeps this stuff going. You don't need it. If you are in a position where you need a pistol or a pistol chambered firearm with a buttstock, if you need that, then you are in a position where somebody will be able to get that for you for your job. But if you're just Joe Schmo and you want it, say, I want it because it's fun. I want it because it's cool. Don't try to make excuses as to why you have to spend $300, $600, $900 on a buttstock. That is just ridiculous. You're just burning money. Now, the reason why I don't like Glocks, this is a big thing for me, is people say, well, they're affordable and all the police use them. The police always use them. That's their go-to. That may be true. That may be true. But do you know why? Do you know why police use Glock? I'll give you a couple seconds here. Police use Glocks because it is the lowest ranged firearm, price-wise, that they can get a discount on. They can get M&P Shields. They can get Smith & Wesson. They can get like Colts and shit like that. They can get them. But Glock has a huge discount for police. Huge. I mean, it is so huge that when a police officer buys that firearm, you wonder to yourself in the back of your head, how can they make money off of that big of a discount? I'll tell you why. Because their guns are already boosted up higher than that. And I think the police are finally coming because they're going to drive through here. But The biggest issue that I have is people build up all these lies to tell themselves so that they can get a reason behind what they're getting. Why are you getting that? Well, because I want it. Just say that, because I want it. Don't say, I have to get it because it helps me with this or helps me with that. It doesn't. That is a made-up thing in your head that you tell yourself for a reason why you spent that much money on something. You didn't need to, you wanted to. And you have that right to want it. You have the right to want it. But don't make an excuse for getting something to, hide the fact that you wanted something. These stocks, they don't help you as much as you think. Train with your firearm, train with it. Like, really train with it. And get proficient with what you have. Don't turn around and get all this goofy shit decked out on your gun. The most you should need is a light. Maybe a red dot if that's your thing. If you have a hard time doing iron sights, get a red dot. Get a light. You don't need lasers. By the way, don't get lasers. If you're using a laser to hit a target, one, you're telegraphing where you're pointing, and two, if you don't know where your round's going to go before you pull the trigger, then you don't need that firearm. You need more training then. Bottom line. But I'm going to head out. I'm going to head out. I'm going to go and do my thing, finish up my walk and everything. But seriously, there's so much going on in this world that you need to make up excuses for stupid shit, like spending $600 on a freaking whatever device. And you want to spend money, Mrbeast, spend it here, right here, Mrbeast. Hey, I support him. If he supports me, that's great. We all got to support each other. I'm out.